All right, today we are going to tackle a programming puzzle that's officially labeled hard, but once you see the trick, the solution is, well, it's actually pretty beautiful. It's called Count the Repetitions, and we're going to break it down piece by piece.
Okay, so first things first, let's get the terminology down. The problem uses this special notation, s, n. All this means is you take a string, s, and you just stick it to itself n times. So like ABC, 3, that just becomes ABC, ABC, ABC. Easy enough, right?
Now, the next big idea is this phrase, obtained from. And this is super important. It doesn't mean the strings have to be identical. It just means you can create S1 by deleting some characters from S2. So if you look at A, B, D, B, E, you can get ABC out of it by just plucking out that D and that E. The key is that the characters we keep are in the right order. They just don't have to be neighbors.
Okay, let's lock in the example we're going to be working with for this whole thing. Our first string, S1, is going to be ACB, and we repeat that 4 times. Our second string, S2, is AB, and we repeat that twice. Just keep those in your head as we go.
So what's the actual question? What are we trying to find? We're looking for the biggest possible number, let's call it m, so that str2, m can be obtained from str1. Yeah, it sounds a little complicated, I know, but let's put it in terms of our example. We're really just asking how many times can we find the pattern ABAB inside of our big ACBABBAB string.
All right, when you first look at a problem like this, there's a really obvious approach that probably jumps right into your head. But, and this is a big but, that obvious approach is actually a massive trap. So the first idea is, hey, let's just build the giant strings, right? We could actually create that big ABCBABAC string and then just go hunting through it for ABAB. It makes perfect sense until you think about the scale of this thing.
See, our example is nice and small, but the problem states that the inputs can get, well, they can get ridiculously big. S1 could be 100 characters long and N1, that could be 1,000,000.
You do the math on that, and suddenly you're looking at a string that could be 100 million characters long. I mean, that's not a string anymore, that's a book.
And that right there, that's why this is labeled a hard problem. You can't just build a 100 million character string. It would take forever and probably just run out of memory and crash. So brute force, totally off the table, it's a dead end. We have to be way, way smarter.
Okay, so if we can't build the giant string, what can we do? We need a shortcut. And the key isn't in the string itself, but in the fact that it's just a repeating pattern. We need to find and exploit that pattern.
And this is the big aha moment. The entire massive string is just one little piece, S1, repeated over and over and over again. So what if instead of looking at the whole 100 million character monster, we just analyzed one small repeatable piece? And what if that analysis could tell us what would happen across all 1 million of those repetitions?
This is the question that cracks the whole thing open. It's all about keeping track of our state. After we scan through just one AB, what's the situation? How many ABs did we find? And crucially, what's the next character from AB that we're looking for? If we can figure that out, we can basically build a system that lets us leapfrog across millions of repetitions without ever having to spell them out.
So to actually do this, we're going to build a little tool first. You can think of it like a cheat sheet or a lookup table. The whole point of this table is to pre-calculate everything that happens when we process just one single block of S1.
Here's exactly what that table is going to do. It's designed to answer one question and answer it fast. If I'm starting my search at a certain spot in S2, what happens after I go through one full S1? And for every possible starting spot, we're going to record 2 things. How many complete S2s we managed to find, and where in S2 we need to pick up the search for the next block of S1.
Okay, let's actually build this table for our example. If we start at index 0 of AB, meaning we're looking for an A, and we scan through ACB, we find the A, then the B. Boom, we found one complete AB. And what are we looking for next? We're back to looking for an A at index 0. Now what's interesting is what if we start at index 1, looking for a B? Well, we find the B in ACB, which completes a cycle, and then we're, back to looking for an A at index 0. This little table is literally the key to the whole puzzle.
Okay, now for the really cool part. We have our lookup table, that's our engine. So now we can simulate the whole process without ever building those giant strings.
So let's walk through it. Remember, N1 is 4, so we need to process 4 blocks of S1. We'll have a counter for how many S2s we've found in total, which starts at 0, and our starting search position is index 0 of S2. We're looking for an A.
Okay, block number 1 of S1. We look at our table. Our current start index is 0. What does the table say? It says we find one S2, and the next start index is also 0. Great, so we add 1 to our total. Total S2s found is now 1.
And now we just do that again, and again, and again. Since our next start index is always 0, it's super simple. After the second block, our total is 2. After the third, it's 3. And after we process all 4 blocks of S1, we found a grand total of 4 S2s.
And that's it. We just did all the hard work. We basically simulated what would happen over millions of characters without even breaking a sweat. Now there's just one tiny step left to get the final answer.
Okay, so our simulation told us we can make 4 copies of the base string AB. But remember, the original question wasn't about AB, it was about string 2, which was defined as AB, 2. In other words, AB, AB, so we need to figure out how many of those we can make.
And luckily, the formula for this is super simple. You just take the total number of S2s we found, and you divide it by N2. That's the number of repetitions that make up the full S2.
So for our example, that's the 4 abs we found divided by 2, which gives us 2. That's the answer. We can make 2 copies of str2. And we figured it all out without ever having to build those huge strings.
And there you have it. That's how you take a problem that looks impossible and solve it elegantly by just finding the hidden pattern. But here's a final thought to chew on. Our example was really simple. The state always went back to 0. What if the pattern was more complex? What if the next index went from 0 to 1, then to 3, then back to 0? You could actually detect those bigger cycles to make the solution even faster, solving it for billions of repetitions in a flash. Now that